welcome back to 278 Sports Street. Today I am by myself, just me, little old me, Bobby LaFavor, coming at you. We don't really got much, just some games happening this week. The Mets had another postponement because of rain, so that brings them up to 6 so far this season. I don't even know what's happening with the Mets this year. It's insane. They've had more games postponed so far this year than they've even had games, so I haven't even gotten a chance to see how they're doing. So I'm kind of looking forward to actually getting to see them showcase the way that they're going to be this year, and it'll be exciting. I mean, we got a lot of young talent. We got Pete Alonso in his second season after his breakout year last year. We got J.D. Davis, who has to come back and just show us if he really has what it takes. We got Mike Conforto kind of trying to look for a bounce-back season. We have a lot of guys that we really haven't really gotten to see in New York yet, so it'll be exciting to see how that works out. Jacob deGrom also isn't getting any run support as always, so Mets really got to work on the offense, just back up Jacob deGrom because man goes out there and pitches 7 shutout innings, comes out of the game, and then by the point that he gets out, Mets just can't do anything. Bullpen sucks. And it's just sad to watch. Speaking of a team that's not sad to watch, the LA Dodgers are just really lighting it up this year. Same with the San Diego Padres. They're two of the teams that I've been wanting to watch since I heard about the Padres picking up all their players this offseason. So they're really doing what we all expected them to do this year. They're both off to great starts, and I'm excited to see what they do later in the season when it comes down to the crunch time. Trevor Bauer's looking great. I mean, he got lit up a little bit, but he went 7 no-hit innings, and then in the 7th, he kind of just washed out. But other than that, he looked great in his first outing for the Dodgers, playing in the spotlight. And then in terms of the Padres, Fernando Tatis Jr. is really living up to that contract he just got. So both teams are just really looking good this year, and it's going to be exciting to watch. Mookie Betts is looking great. Bellinger's looking great. Bellinger had a rocky start, but he's really starting to pick it up now that he's kind of found his footing. But yeah, that's really all I got about the Dodgers and Padres. Just really want to, I want to see how they kind of play out after the initial jump start they had to the season. And, COVID's actually running rampant through the league right now. Nationals had it, postponed a couple of games in the beginning of the season. The Reds are dealing with the COVID bug. Just a lot of teams that just kind of had their start of their seasons kind of postponed, basically, just because they couldn't stay healthy from COVID. So I think baseball has to find a way to keep COVID out of it and just make sure that all players just stay isolated so that we can actually have a real season this year. I actually saw something the other day. Mike Trout is being compared to Ronald Acuna, which I actually love the comparison. Acuna's a great lights-out player. He puts up numbers. He's probably going to be 40 for 40 lifetime. He always goes out there. He's going to hit for power, but he also has the speed to back it up and the glove to back it up, just like Trout. And honestly, I think it's going to be another Mike Trout and Acuna because you got a guy who's going to go out and he's just going to produce, and he's going to do what everyone needs him to do. And I think at the end of the day, it's going to be a MVP race for Mike Trout or Ronald Acuna in the NL. So that's one we have to watch out for. And then looking on the Cy Young side, the two top front runners every single year in the NL are Jacob deGrom and Max Scherzer. And so far this year, they're really actually looking like it's going to be another year where that's what we're looking at. It just really depends on if Jacob deGrom can get that run support from the Mets and if Max Scherzer can keep his control, because sometimes he starts to get out of control when he gets late into games. Freddie Freeman coming off of an MVP season, so we're looking at him, seeing how he's going to do this year. Started out a little bit rocky, 2 for 18 through the first couple of games, but I think he can bounce back from that. It's just the beginning of the season, shaking off the dust. Chris Bryant starting out pretty good this year, looking at 989 on base percentage so far. Who else we got? Javi Baez starting out kind of hot. What is his on base percentage? 742 with a 452 slugging. Starting out the season pretty hot. Juan Soto, one of the most electric players in the NL right now. His exit velocity on his bat, 95 miles per hour is the average exit velocity. Some of the hardest hit balls so far this year have been 100, so the fact that he's clocking out at 95 on an average is insane. We got Trey Turner from the Nationals as well. He's only stolen one base this year, considering that in past years he's one of the most speediest guys on the base path. So I want to see him kind of try and I want to see him go out, and I want to see him go and steal bases like everyone expects, because that's just going to bring in runs and give them a better opportunity throughout the game. Looking at the Reds, Nick Castellanos, 301 so far this year. He's had a breakout year after going from the Tigers to the Rays, and now on the Reds, he's really having a breakout year. So definitely keep an eye out for him, because down the road, I feel like he's going to be a very key part of their success this year. And then moving to the Indians, after losing Francisco Lindor, Jose Ramirez is really going to have to step up, because they don't really have that big bat in the lineup, and Jose Ramirez is the next guy up. So he's really got to start hitting for average instead of power. I mean, over the last 6 games, he's only batting .048, which is horrendous. So, I mean, if they want to find success over in Cleveland, they really got to have guys like Jose Ramirez step up this year. One of my early favorites, the White Sox, are actually looking real good this year. They had a little upset the other day, but I think they're going to bounce back from that, kind of ride on the coattails of Giolito, Tim Anderson, kind of ride them to see if they can find any success with them throughout the season. And then another team that I want to look out for is the Giants. They got Mike, I don't even know if I want to pronounce that, Yastrzemski. I can't even pronounce his name, but he's a guy that's always been consistent. Started out a little bit shaky, but I feel like that's the case with a lot of guys this year, with COVID kind of hurting the ways that they usually train for the offseason. So I think that we really can't make any assumptions based on what teams are going to be doing this year. So I want to, before I make any hasty decisions, I'm not going to say who my World Series votes are yet, or who my MVP winners or Cy Young winners are. I'm probably going to have to wait about a month just for the rust to shake off and kind of see where every team's going to be going and what the players are going to be doing through the long run and towards the later parts of the year. But some of the key pickups, like Francisco Lindor, I really want to see how he's going to be doing in New York, or how Yu Darvish is going to play in San Diego, or Bauer in L.A. It's a different environment for all these guys coming from small towns like Cleveland for Lindor. They're not used to playing in New York City. New York City's a big city, so I don't know how they're really going to adjust to it. So we really have to wait and see just how they adjust and how they play in these different environments. But Francisco Lindor looked great in spring training, so in terms of him, I think that he's going to find success in New York. And Mets really need that on their offensive side. They really struggle in the past season. So, I mean, in the future, if they can really work on that offense, I feel like they're definitely a World Series contender every year, because their pitching staff is basically unmatched, in my opinion. I mean, you got Jacob deGrom, Carlos Carrasco now, Taijuan Walker. Noah Syndergaard is going to be coming off the DL in June, I believe. You got Marcus Stroman, who's been real hot this season, couple of shutout innings the other day. Mets pitching staff, their starting rotation is definitely best in baseball, and they've even upgraded their bullpen too. So it's definitely going to be an interesting thing to watch this season. And in terms of Mets making a World Series run, I really hope they do. I really do hope that they make it, but we'll have to wait and see. And, I mean, that's all I really got today. I don't got my partner today, but I just figured I'll give an update. And, that's all I got. So it's been 278 Sports Street. I'm Bobby LaFavor, and I'll catch you next time. Peace out.